Titan should have been simple: a cold moon, far from the sun, orbiting a gas giant in the outer solar system. A place where sunlight is weak, temperatures are brutal, and water, the solvent that defines life on Earth, is frozen solid. For decades, that was enough to dismiss it. Titan was cataloged, noted for its haze, and quietly filed away as interesting but irrelevant. Another frozen world, another dead place. But Titan refused to stay simple. As spacecraft drew closer, as instruments improved, and as chemistry was examined rather than assumed, Titan began to undermine the foundations of what we thought we understood about life. Not loudly, not dramatically, but steadily, patiently, molecule by molecule. Titan is colder than any place on Earth where life thrives. At minus 180 degrees Celsius, water behaves like granite. Rivers cannot flow. Oceans cannot circulate. Chemistry, by Earth standards, should be locked in place. Reaction rates should approach zero. Complexity should stall. Instead, Titan is chemically alive. Its atmosphere is thick, thicker than Earth's, dominated by nitrogen and infused with methane. This alone is unusual. Methane, on Earth, is fleeting. It oxidizes, reacts, disappears. On Titan, it persists, replenished somehow over geological time. That persistence is a clue. Chemistry does not linger unless something sustains it. High above Titan's surface, sunlight and energetic particles collide with atmospheric molecules. Methane breaks apart. Nitrogen fractures. Fragments recombine into increasingly complex hydrocarbons and nitriles. These reactions do not stop at simplicity. They cascade. Chains lengthen. Rings form. Molecules with dozens of atoms emerge in an environment that should have frozen chemical ambition entirely. Gravity pulls these products downward. They drift, settle, and accumulate. Over millions of years, Titan has coated itself in organic material, layer upon layer, like sediment in a chemical archive. Unlike Earth, which constantly erases its past through tectonics and biology, Titan preserves its experiments. It remembers. This memory is crucial. Life does not require speed. It requires continuity. Titan has had continuity for billions of years under conditions that barely change. Its atmosphere, solvents, and energy inputs have remained remarkably stable. While Earth's surface is restless, Titan's is patient. Chemistry is allowed to wander. The most unsettling realization is not that Titan has organic molecules. It is that those molecules organize. Laboratory simulations of Titan-like conditions reveal that complex compounds can form spontaneously. Some of these compounds exhibit behaviors that are disturbingly familiar. They self-assemble. They form stable boundaries. They separate internal chemistry from the environment. These are not cells, but they are not random either. On Earth, membranes rely on water. On Titan, similar roles may be played by hydrocarbons and liquid methane. These hypothetical structures, sometimes called azotosomes, would be flexible, stable, and persistent in Titan's seas. They would not leak. They would not dissolve. They would endure. Containment is the first act of biology. Energy on Titan is weak but relentless. Sunlight filters through the haze, dim and red. Cosmic rays penetrate deeply, breaking bonds indiscriminately. Saturn's magnetosphere bathes Titan in charged particles. None of this energy arrives in bursts dramatic enough to reset the system. Instead, it nudges chemistry forward, incrementally, endlessly. Titan does not experience chemical revolutions. It experiences chemical drift. This is where Titan quietly dismantles one of biology's most comfortable assumptions, that life requires favorable conditions. Titan's conditions are not favorable. They are barely permissive. And yet, chemistry persists. Complexity accumulates. The boundary between inert and active blurs. Life, in this view, is not something that appears when conditions are perfect. It is something that emerges when chemistry is allowed to try long enough. If life exists on Titan, it would be profoundly alien. It would not metabolize quickly. It would not grow rapidly. It would not reshape the environment in obvious ways. Its processes would unfold slowly, perhaps over centuries. Evolution would be glacial. Change would be subtle. Detection would be difficult. And that difficulty is part of the lesson. We are trained to recognize life by its noise. Oxygen in atmospheres, rapid reproduction, visible ecosystems. Titan suggests that life elsewhere may whisper, not shout. It may exist as a thin chemical persistence rather than a biological explosion. Even the absence of life would not absolve Titan of its importance. Because Titan demonstrates something deeper, that the path from chemistry to biology is not singular. Earth's story, warm oceans, rapid reactions, carbon dissolved in water, is one story. Titan suggests there are others. Cold stories, slow stories, stories written in hydrocarbons instead of oceans. This reframes habitability entirely. A habitable zone around a star suddenly feels narrow and provincial. Titan lies far outside it, and yet hosts rain, lakes, seasons, and chemistry rich enough to challenge biology's monopoly on complexity. Habitability becomes less about temperature and more about persistence, less about comfort and more about continuity. Titan also reframes scarcity. Organic chemistry is not rare. It is abundant. It arises naturally under a wide range of conditions. What is rare may not be life itself, but the speed at which life becomes obvious. Earth's biology exploded. Titan's, if it exists, may still be assembling its first steps, and it may take billions more years. This is difficult for human intuition. We measure progress in lifetimes. Titan measures it in eons. We search for clear signals. Titan offers gradients and ambiguities. We want answers. Titan offers patience. The Moon continues its orbit around Saturn, unchanged by our curiosity. Methane rains fall. Lakes fill and evaporate. Seasons pass slowly. Chemistry continues whether it is observed or not. Molecules combine, separate, and recombine again, indifferent to labels. Titan does not confirm life. It does something far more disruptive. It demonstrates that life, as a phenomenon, may be less fragile than we believed and far less dramatic. That biology may emerge not as a sharp transition, but as a thickening of chemistry until the distinction becomes arbitrary. Titan does not break the laws of chemistry. It exposes the limits of our expectations. It reminds us that the universe does not optimize for speed, clarity, or familiarity. It explores possibilities slowly, thoroughly, and without regard for whether we are ready to recognize the outcome. Titan is not alive in any way we can currently prove, but it is also not dead. It occupies a middle ground we once assumed could not exist, a place where chemistry approaches biology asymptotically, where life is not declared, but implied. And that implication is enough to change everything. Because if Titan can do this, cold, dark, distant, and slow, then the universe is likely filled with worlds quietly doing the same. Worlds we have dismissed. Worlds we have not looked at closely enough. Worlds where life is not obvious, not abundant, but possible. Titan does not demand that we redefine life immediately. It demands something more uncomfortable, that we accept the possibility that life has been trying to emerge across the universe, patiently, long before we knew how to look for it. and that it may still be trying now, slowly, quietly, without asking for our permission.